Diversity training is very common currently. Most trainings focus on tolerance or getting along. Major focus is on sensitivity, understanding, and what it means to have people of different backgrounds working together. The current trainings rarely focus on benefits of a diverse workforce. They fail to instruct on how to utilize the diversity to gain an edge in problem solving or innovation. A diverse organization actually has a unique ability to innovate and problem solve because they are better equipped to use trial and error and find unique solutions. So, what are the advantages these organizations have? They have various perspectives and heuristics, according to Page in his report about the logic of diversity. And they actually can utilize trial and error better because they have more unique ways of viewing and working through any problems. So, why is trial and error important? Tim Harford talks about that. He discusses why trial and error is better than what he calls the God complex method. He talks about finding the common thread between many successful businesses and endeavors in trial and error. A diverse group will come up with more candidate solutions, different ideas, because they'll have different perspectives and heuristics that they're working from. They'll come up Logically, they would come up with ideas that a homogeneous group just couldn't because they'd all be looking at it the same way. A diverse group might have different ways that they break down the problem, different things that they find important. These all contribute to a greater chance of finding a unique way to solve the problem. When the trial and error starts with broader, more unique solutions, it has a better chance of succeeding and finding something that's different than anybody else is using. Where would we be without the Snuggie, for example? So, in order for organizations to use diversity correctly, they have to be trained correctly with how to utilize it. Leaders have to listen to even what they may consider strange ideas at first. Workers don't have to be afraid of straying away too far from the process the boss uses just to avoid criticism. So, how do you set up the training that actually accomplishes this? The first step is to sell diversity as a business practice. The training needs to emphasize right from the start that diversity isn't a public relation move or a human resource mandate that says everybody needs to be more sensitive or PC. Diversity is a serious business strategy that can help create major gains and innovation and help problem solve and create a more efficient organization. Step 2 is to explain how it works. So first, a quick overview of trial and error. Start with broad variations. The most efficient variation wins. Winning variation you make more small adjustments to, and you repeat this until you're satisfied with the results. Now back to diversity and how that affects that. Obviously, with more diverse, you get more options, but there's also the concept of super additivity brought up by Page as well in his article. This says that 1 plus 1 doesn't actually equal 2, it equals 3. And that's because you can basically do solution A, solution B, or solution AB. Also true with 3 people with 3 varying solutions. You'd have A, B, C, AB, BC, and ABC. So you get 7. So actually, more variation, not just because of each individual person, but because of the cumulative effort of all the people together. Every time you add more people, it doesn't increase by just one more solution. You actually get a whole nother set of solutions. Step 3, have them do it. So here's the fun part. Now the trainer who's already had done their share of talking gets to take a little bit of break here. The trainer's going to first break the participants up into diverse or mixed up teams. The trainer's going to give all the teams together a problem. Each team tries to get points by coming up with candidate solutions no other team thinks of. So it's kind of like Boggle. If you come up with something original that nobody else gets, then you get a point. If you don't, if you only come up with the typical answers of everybody else, then you don't. The goal here is to encourage people to think outside the box, to be okay with giving a maybe even a goofy solution. So in conclusion, the training has really 3 steps. First step is to sell the theory, to sell diversity itself, to show that it is a business solution and not just something for an oversensitive world. The second step is to explain to them how it actually works, to show them how increasing diversity will increase the amount of possibilities that a company has, and the more testable theories a company comes up with, the more likely it is to be able to innovate. The third step is to get them out of their comfort zone and actually have them start doing it a little bit. That way they have a chance to really get into the mindset of coming up with unique answers, digging into their own personal experience and thinking of things that may have worked for them in the past, or somebody that they know that might not be a typical demographic or a typical customer would want to see. By doing all these things, it'll increase the amount not only of the awareness of diversity and that people around them are different as they work with each other in groups and understand a little more about them, teach them how to actually utilize those differences and make a better organization.